brother. It's been a while since I had a chance to talk to you, man. And it's really because pandemic and the world's just been changing, man. And it seems like almost for the last 2 years, almost every interview that I've had, I've started out with, "How are you doing?" and "How you been handling this whole new world, man."
Oh man, you're very sweet for starting it that way. I think that's the right way to start interviews now. Thank you. I'm holding up. You know, it was wild for any musician, for any artist for the last couple of years, but the last 6 months have been much better, I have to say. So I try to be positive. I'm a positive guy, and yeah, despite everything that happened, it's good that at least artists are getting out there again now, and I've got a lot to look forward to in the next year, and that's where my focus is. But how about yourself? I mean, for anybody in media in this industry, it's tough. So
Well, all I gotta say is thank God for Zoom. I will leave
yeah,
it to that. So, what
look,
an invention. But when 2019 and 2020 was coming around and this pandemic was just starting to be discovered and, we were doing the shutdown and everything, what was going on in your career at that point?
so yeah, at that point, actually, we had a really big gig and actually some other dates. So it was a mini tour, and it was going to be our first one, and that was set up for kind of the east coast of Canada. That was going to be a lot of fun that we were going to have in 2020, and so that all got canceled. So that was really annoying, really heartbreaking for me, and I was also very close to finishing my album. I had like another 4 songs to record, which at this point now it's like 99% done. It's almost all done, and it will be done by the end of this month. But at the time, I had to completely put that on hold because we were working out of studios with, other producers, engineers, some session musicians. I do a lot of my own stuff, but I usually work with, one or two other people every now and then. It's just safety comes first. And at that time, we didn't know anything that was going on, and so we were being super cautious, as everyone was, and so that project got shelved for a little while. So, but that's what was going on at that time for me.
Even though it did get shelved, were you still writing and were you recording? Were you doing like a lot of artists where their closet became their sound booth? Were you doing a lot of these kind of Zoom, um, you know, uh, conversations with producers and stuff and trying to get maybe sending a little bit of music here and then having it sent back and basically your home becoming your recording studio?
Yeah, yeah, it was a little bit of that. I tried, and I did some live stream concerts. I did a solo live stream concert that was pretty successful. I did end up writing a couple songs kind of out of some of the emotions I had during the pandemic, but it was all very up and down. It was really hard for me to keep consistent, and it was really hard for me to stay motivated and positive throughout. Actually, it was just, yeah, not the easiest time for me emotionally at that time. And thankfully now I'm doing a lot better. But it was tough to do music at that time, man. Yeah, it was really tough. I tried, but yeah, it was a little inconsistent.
I know a lot of us tried, and I know a lot of artists. Some really enjoyed the virtual performances, some didn't. They were just like, yeah, I see the little hearts and bubbles coming up, but it still wasn't the energy
You
that you
got it.
feel with the crowd. What was it like for you?
Yeah, it felt nice at first for that first live stream that I did, and that was like some of the most interaction I had with a group of people, I suppose, through the whole pandemic. I guess that would have been probably around like July or August of 2020 that I did my first one. And so at that time, we were completely shut down. We weren't going anywhere. Nothing was open. And so to have just that felt really good. It was a nice boost of energy for me. And that encouraged me to actually, okay, maybe I need to start writing and doing a little bit more. And now I can kind of come out of this funk that I was in a little bit. And so that felt good. And then the second one was with the full Havens band. We had the whole band doing a live stream in December. It was just like a couple days before New Year's Eve, and so it's just like ending 2020 on kind of a positive note. That was the idea, and we had the full band. We had it professionally filmed and mixed, and we ended up making more money on that than we ever made on any live gig. So I was really happy with that because we sold tickets for it, and I was just pay what you can. $2, $3, or if you want to give 20 or 50, whatever you want. It's up to you. And a lot of people gave more, which was very heartwarming to me. And there was a lot of comments coming down, and it felt like as close as we could get at that time to a real gig. So I enjoyed those two. But man, I got to tell you, it's good to be back to playing live now. The first show we had was at Sneaky D's, and that was on December 11th, and that just was so good for the soul. That just felt great, and so that's where I hope we stay.
Did you get the nachos at Sneaky D's?
Always, it's the best. Yeah, right on.
So here you are, you're getting back into shows and everything, but we are talking about music. So let's get to the important part. What
Yeah.
music do we have now from you? And as you just said, something else is coming up very soon.
Yeah. So the current single, the new single is called Recoil. It's been doing really well so far, so I'm truly humbled by that. It was one of those things that, I hadn't released any music in 2 years, 2.5 years, and this was going to be the first one, and so I was a little bit nervous about that. I'm like, do people even remember who I am? The few that did before, and it's like, did I lose all momentum during the pandemic here? Because we had really good trajectory, and then with the pandemic, it all went down. And so, but this has been great. I mean, the music video has been a success on Spotify. It's been a success. I'm getting a lot of wonderful comments of people saying that the lyrics resonate with them, and that they like kind of this rock and roll energy that this has. Because that's the other thing. Our stuff before was a little bit more bouncier, a little bit more dream pop, and all this. And this is more just like straight out rock, but that was very intentional because I think we've got a lot of angst over the last couple of years. We needed something that hit a little bit harder, and so Recoil felt like a very natural song for me to put out, and it also helped me process some of my emotions. I went through a horrible breakup early in the pandemic as well, and so losing that and also my career at the time, it's just I needed something that had a bit of anger in it, a little bit in a playful way that I could put out as something positive. So yeah, man, that's Recoil, and I'm so excited with how it's been doing so far and continues to do so.
I'm really happy about that, man. What's the album gonna sound like? And you said in about a month or two we're looking at?
To finish it about a month or two, and then I hope to release it in the fall. But I really don't want to rush the release. We're going to look at kind of a plan, and as you know, I do it all independently. I'm not on a label. I'm my own team, so I got to look at what makes the most sense here for a release because I really don't want to just rush it out because I'm really proud of all the songs on it, man. Like it's unlike anything else that is like that people are doing nowadays. I feel, and it's a really unique collection of songs, and so I want to make sure that I've got a good strategy. But that'll probably include more single releases over the next, year, and then maybe dropping this right at the end of the year or at the beginning of 2023. I got to see what makes most sense. But yeah, it's almost done, so I'm very excited about that.
Look, I know we are still going into spring, but brother, with your voice and your style, are you ever gonna put out a Christmas song?
Yeah, I think I could do that for sure. Yeah. If you request it, I will never deny a request from Rudy Blair. Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay, cross your fingers. We're gonna have ourselves an early Christmas present. But in the meantime, though, the presents that you give us are shows. What other shows are going to be happening right now?
So coming up very soon, this month on April 23rd, we're playing at the Drake Hotel Underground. It's a headlining
Oh,
show. Yeah. So Havens is the main headliner, but we're playing with some great other bands, Verisa, We Wander, and Forest. The latter two bands, which I'm quite friendly with, they're great people, and are bands that are deserving of attention right now. And it's great to be headlining the Drake. Like that's a venue I've always wanted to play for the longest time, and for years actually I was trying to contact them and get us in there, but it's very hard to get in. It's a prestigious place, a lot of competition, and we finally got this headlining show there and the opportunity to play, and I can't wait. It's almost sold out. There's a few tickets left, but we're just gonna tear the roof off the place. Like I'm holding nothing back.
I love it, man. Well, look, congratulations on all the success. Thank you for such a great story because a lot of people have been going through so many tough times,
I know.
losing relationships, losing family,
Yeah.
losing jobs,
Yeah.
homes,
My
so
struggles
many.
are nothing compared to what other people have done. So
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
absolutely
it's been tough. And as we're going into this new part of the pandemic and things are opening up, but things are still hard, people still got to remember it's still a pandemic going on. What
right.
advice can you give folks as we move forward?
For me, I would just say, man, it's positivity and keeping love in your heart is the most important thing. It's very easy to get angry at others right now. It's very easy to see people as separate, and it's not so. We're all human at the end of the day. We're all stuck in this thing together. And I think there's more that binds us than divides us. I mean, these are kind of platitudes that you hear, but I truly believe that. And I think with all the crap that's going on in the world today, you need to hold on to the things that are pure, man. You need to hold on to art and love and the people around you. And that's what I try and think about on a daily basis. It keeps me going, man. So that's my advice.
Amen to that, brother. It's great talking to you. Looking forward to seeing you soon. Crossing fingers on that.
Maybe at
And
the London stage, any chance, I'll throw that out there.
oh yeah, we're gonna have
I
to
love
do
the
what we
recall.
can to make that happen, man. Look, thank you so much for this interview, man. And let's
Thank
definitely
you.
talk again when the album comes out.
Thank you. You're awesome, Rudy. Thank you, man.